All right, Liz and Angie, let's see what y'all got going on here with these Boudoir ads. All right, so yeah, I see you've been got a bunch dating back like a year or two, and I want to look at this one. So before we start, this is what I've done for some previous ads I just took on my own, kind of that I saw other boudoir photographers running, ran theirs, fixed some mistakes that the same exact things I'm going to talk about today in the video, and I averaged like getting 2 to 4x more people clicking through the ad. um, clicking the ad. And they're also a more specific person, which normally means they're more qualified. So I'm getting a higher volume of more specific people to click and actually read what the heck we got to offer in our ad copy. So those exact kind of all the stuff that I actually did that actually works. It's not theory, it actually works. I'm gonna be talking to y'all about today. Oh, that was the other one I did. All right, so here we go. So go look at the top 10 mistakes, that I see with boudoir photographers ads, and I'll see, how yours stacks up to what other peeps are doing. All right, so first thing I look at, does it look like an ad? And I look at your creative, your photo. No, so that's good. We want it to look as much like an organic post as possible. What normally makes it look like an ad is text on the image, but okay, good. You ain't got no text, so no mistake there. And so looks more like an organic post, so higher chance we get people to engage, read our ad copy, and then if they're pre-qualified and still interested, then click through. So good, no mistake there. Next, we move to the See More headline, which your size is actually perfect. 2 3/4 lines on mobile. And then we got dot, 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 see more to the right of energy exclamation point. All right, so 4 mistakes that can happen here is, first one is not having a who. But look at that, we got a who right here. Wisconsin women. All right. Now there is a better way to write and communicate this, but that's for the advanced peeps. Um, well, that's what I do for the advanced peeps that want it. So, all right, you got that. So you're 2 for 2 so far. The next thing is where most people miss is we gotta have so this is the see more. This is our headline. This is literally where 80% of ad spend is won or lost. And getting people to click see more that are pre-qualified, well, to read through and become pre-qualified is the goal. So next thing we want to have here is a negative. What negative experience are women going through where a boudoir photography shoot with us is the bridge to move them away from that negative experience? And we always, always, always lead with the negative current experience first, because humans move away from negative experiences, aka from pain, like 100x more than they move towards something they want or towards pleasure. So example would be a dentist. Okay, we did our 6 month checkup, and we pay secretary ladies are like, hey, are you free 43 Thursdays from now at 8:30 a.m.? And we're like, dude, I ain't got no clue, man. No idea. But yeah, text me and we'll figure it out. So 6 months later, they're texting us. We're busy. We're ignoring us, or we're ignoring them. They're texting us, yeah, 7 8 months later, we're still ignoring. Until like, a year and a half, 2 years later, we haven't been to the dentist, and you know, our teeth start to hurt. We start having some tooth pain, and it hurts to eat. So we're calling them up. We're like, "What do you mean you cannot get me in 6:15 a.m. tomorrow? What do you mean you're booked out the next 2 weeks? I got it. I'm in pain here." And so we can't go. Then we got to call another dentist. But, you know, the pleasure, or the desire for having clean teeth, or, teeth cleaned up is 100x less than my tooth hurts whenever I eat something. And so that pain of my tooth hurts whenever I eat something caused us to finally get up and move and take an action. When, the option of the pleasure of the clean teeth off rip didn't get us to move or take any action. So that is why we always, always, always lead with a negative. So we're missing that here. That's a mistake. So kind of scrolling by. We're going to miss some Wisconsin women that just don't feel like clicking because we're not specifically talking to them. And kind of when they get here, scrolling down their feed is when their brain actually registers what they read in the Seymour headline. And then they come back up and they're like, oh, all right. So, we're capturing less attention. And funny enough, even if we get more specific adding these things in, we get more people clicking, which I just showed you at the start of the video. I average 2 to 4x increase. And so our missing negative, less women clicking through, less women getting pre-qualified, less women converting, and so not getting as many results as we could. But you've had this ad running for 2 months now, so probably getting some good results with it. Next mistake that can happen is not having a positive. So 7 let's capture your beauty, confidence, unstoppable energy. Yeah, okay. I'll give this to you. Basically, I'm thinking, are women saying, I want someone to capture my beauty, I want someone to capture my confidence, and I want someone to capture my unstoppable energy? Yeah. I think it could be more. I want to get those things back. But, all right, you got a positive here. And, if the data told us that beauty and confidence and unstoppable energy were very relevant to the women in Wisconsin, we would add all three in. Yeah, we could add all three in. And you did a good thing here. I have reviewed other ads, I think just yesterday, last night, where they would say +1 or +2 or +3. You actually did it correct here where you made these an and statement. So this is actually pretty good where we're calling in someone who wants all three of these. Because if it was an or statement between all of them, we'd be calling actually in 3 different people. Someone who wants their beauty captured, that's one avatar. Someone who wants their confidence captured, that, if it was beauty or confidence or unstoppable energy, those would be 3 different avatars, and that's kind of a crash and burn ad from the rip. But hey, this is good. You got an and in here to say this specific person that wants all 3 of these things. That's good. All right, so you got the positive here. So good. We're gonna have, we actually get more people click. Even though we're more specific, we're getting more people click see more people to read our body copy, more people get pre-qualified, aka filtering out more people. So the people that click our link to go to our sales page, Meta starts to serve our ads more towards people like those people clicking. But those people clicking, they've read our ad copy. So we're getting more of the right people. All right, then the fourth and final mistake that can happen in the Seymour headline is not having a roadblock or a, kind of like a hesitation that is stopping someone from moving forward that they're saying in their brain. So we are missing that here. So yeah, less people clicking, less specific people clicking see more, less people getting pre-qualified, less people booking, more ghosting, more price hunters. Just tell me the price, tell me the price, tell me the price, if they even show up to the call at all. And getting more specific puts us kind of in like a market of 1, which is exactly, if you look at my social profiles where it says Boudoir ads messaging method, I'm a market of 1. You can only come to get me to get that solution. But if everyone's selling Boudoir, or if there's more than one person selling Boudoir, we can actually create a market of 1 by the who, the negative, the positive, and the roadblocks slash hesitation. That is the way it's done in a competitive market. All right, so we're missing that. And, I already explained what happens because, we're envisioning them scrolling by. Wisconsin women. Yeah, and the thing that stinks with your positive, it's here at the end of the Seymour headline. You know, normally it's just kind of the first line and a half that people actually registers in their subconscious once they get here. I don't even know if they're seeing your positive. They're scrolling slowly, yes. If they're scrolling fast, it may not enter their subconscious, honestly. All right, so next three mistakes that can happen is in the body copy. And that is we have a narrative. So the Seymour headline's the hook to get people to read the body copy. Then we need a hook in the body copy to get them to actually continue the momentum reading the body copy. So we want some authority. So we're missing that here. So we're going to have less people reading the body through the full body copy, less people being pre-qualified. So our ads are going to be going to the wrong people. And it's actually going to cost more to reach the wrong people. So we're missing that, but let's see. Okay, then we're missing a narrative. So Seymour headlines to match what women are saying in their own brain. The narrative or the story is to empathize and show that we understand their current life situation. And it's basically like we're describing if we were a third person camera recording their life. And that I call it the 1-2 punch of specific in their brain, specific in their life. And I mean, come on. If we hit those, they won't even want another boudoir photographer because nobody understands them like we understand them. That's how we become a market of one. When we're a market of one, we're seen as the only option, which is, what I'm doing with these ad reviews here, being, shown up as a market of one with my special, process or method. So yeah, no narrative or story. Okay, all the negatives that come up with that. Third mistake that could happen in the body copy is, well, the third thing we want in the body copy is the full offer. So let's see, blah, blah, blah. See your beauty and essence of your unique spirit. Okay. Conversions happen when the body copy matches the Seymour headline. So you got beauty there, but you're missing confidence and unstoppable energy. All right, so we got full offer, so we got 50% off. Glam hair makeup makeover posing directions. Okay. Hey, maybe that could be a hesitation or roadblock for the Seymour headline. Some would say, oh, I don't know how to pose. Oh, well, we got that right here in the Seymour headline. So click Seymour and read the rest of our ad copy. All right, kind of wardrobe guidance. Hey, that could be another roadblock or hesitation. 3 outfit changes. 50% off your session fee. Okay. The real you in luxury portraits. All right, click below. Claim and evolve with self-love experience and start your empowerment journey with blush. Okay, you got the full offer there. All right, the final 2 mistakes can happen below the ad creative. So having a below creative headline and a button is always, always, always mistake. And I've kind of updated. I've thought about this, how I've divided up the blame for why it's a mistake. 5% because it makes it look more like an ad. No organic posts look like this. That dovetails in with mistake 1, looking like an ad. 15% because when the below creative headline or anything, over here does not match the see more headline, there's incongruency. And, so people don't even register the see more headline until they hit like here. Then it registers, then they read this. And so it's just like a super high probability of screwing this up, and then like incongruency didn't match this first line up here. You got self-love. Okay, well, you got Oh, you got Wisconsin, you got self-love. Yeah, that may be okay. But I mean, that's still just 15% of why this is a mistake. Okay, okay. Um, the below creative headline button. The big 80% reason why it's a mistake is it invites the women to click down here to go to our sales page before they click see more up here and become pre-qualified. That is the lion's share of why this is mistake number 9. So when they're clicking over, they're not pre-qualified because they just maybe read this first sentence and a half with their subconscious. They didn't read the rest of what we got. They didn't read our offer. They click over, they don't convert. That link click to conversion rate is 17% of our backend meta hidden ad score. And so we're kind of just getting 0 out of 17s when people see what we got, they like the headline, whatever, they click see more, they ain't qualified, they ain't converting. So yeah, that's a mistake, which can lead to our ads going worse people and then eventually burning out. And then finally, the objective. So I do not know what objective you're using. So you're going, all right, to your sales page, submit info, submit application. Okay. Submit contact form. So the number one objective mistake is using leads objective. Now, I don't know what you're using, but kind of leads is kind of the default everyone's been using. And the reason why that's a mistake is that means our ads will go to just like a 6% slice of the market that has a ton of data clusters that say, or data points to say, this meta profile really, really likes that to fill out lead forms at the top, 95 percentile rate. But nothing about taking an action. There's no data on their profile of taking action after filling out the lead form or buying after filling out the lead form. So I don't know what mistake you're using or what objective you're using. So I'm going to give you half a mistake. I'm going to assume you're using leads. And so this means a ton of unqualified leads will be coming through. People with no money. Ever wonder why we hear boudoir photographers say no one on Facebook has any money? Because we're using the wrong objective. The objective literally goes to people that don't want to buy. So most of them, a few of them will have buyer data on their profiles, but it's a tiny, minute amount. So it's like a ton of cheap, unqualified, low value leads, the Groupon leads, um, wasting time talking with them, stressed the ads aren't working. Got to talk to 40 to get one to convert. Oh my God, I don't want to talk to 39 people again and waste my time. I reach out to them, don't open the emails, don't respond, don't answer the text, don't answer the phone calls. All BS. All right, so let's give you a final score here. So 0 mistakes, 0 mistakes, and then missing negative 1 mistake. Got the positive, missing the roadblock. So 2 mistakes. Then we got a 3 mistakes, 4 mistakes. Do not have 5 mistakes yet because you do have the full offer there. 5 mistakes, below creative headline and button. 6 mistakes, well, 5.5. Is that right? So that means you just should have 4.5 things right. 1, 2, 3. You do 4.5. I think this is the highest graded ad I've ever had so far. 5.5. Only 5.5 out of 10 mistakes. So boudoir industry average is 8 out of 10 mistakes. So you are doing insanely good compared to everyone else. Now I do classify ads that have more than 2 out of 10 mistakes, that I've said today, as broken down boudoir ads, like having a broken down car, not working correctly. And where do we bring the broken down car when it's not working correctly? we bring it to the mechanic. So if you do want to improve this ad, um, hopefully get like a 2 to 4x increase in women actually consuming the ads in our offer, like the results I showed at the beginning of this video, then I do have a Boudoir Facebook ads mechanic offer where I compress those 10 mistakes into 5 root cause problems, and I got an offer to solve them. So first root cause problem, um, making the creative not look like an ad. You do not have that root cause problem, so don't need that. Second root cause problem, now having a official verified CMAR headline with minimum of 4 specific attributes in it, a who, a negative, a positive, and a hesitation / roadblock. So you do have this one root cause problem. Root cause problem number 2 is the ad copy. You're missing 2 out of the 3 segments. So that's root cause problem number 2, the ad copy. Below creative headline and button, got to remove those. That's root cause problem number 3. And half a root cause problem I'll give you for the objective because I don't know if you're using the correct one or the incorrect one. So it's 3.5, and you can choose to get them all fixed. Boudoir Facebook ad mechanic, fix all 3.5 of them, or you can kind of pick and choose. So charge $50 each one. So that's all them. That's $175 just for this one ad. Then you could take them, to all your other ads. I do have a second option though, which is a much better value where I charge $100 a month, and I work with you on all your ads as much as you want, as many ads as you create, and you got a ton. $100 a month, and we really implement all these 10, fix all the 10 mistakes, aka the 5 root cause problems, and that's for as many ads you create for the month. And we can collab as much as you want or as little as you want. It's done. Both these offers are done for you, so I'll be doing the work for you. And yeah, if you really want to outcompete your competitors in Holman, Wisconsin. Yeah, so there's the 2 options if you want to improve these ads and take all these. We can take all these fixes to all your other ads. Start rolling with 65. So this could be helpful. And yeah, you got my phone number, you got my email, and also whatever platform you're viewing this on, um, or hit me up with a DM on whatever platform, and I'll see what you got for me. And yeah, that's everything for now. Adios.